we do have regrets. For those of you deciding if you want to purchase the Aura, these are our top 5 regrets.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Janet.
We're with Fleming Originals.
And we're putting the Glowforge Aura to the test.
We've really been enjoying our new Glowforge Aura laser.
It's sparking creativity, and we're making things that we had long dreamed of making.
And we've learned a lot.
However, we do have regrets. Number 1.
It is a 6-watt diode laser.
I couldn't find any information on what kind of laser it was. There wasn't a lot of information before it was released. There were a lot of rumors. I bought it right after midnight as soon as it was released. However, I was expecting it to be like a mini version of the basic.
Before we bought it, we didn't know how powerful the laser would be or what its limitations would be, because Glowforge had really been talking about the technology itself very much, just that it was a smaller version of their bigger Glowforge machines.
And if you go back and look at their ads and things, it doesn't mention that. So that's just something I would have liked to know. That's kind of a big deal. It's very slow.
And there are certain materials you shouldn't cut with it because it's a diode laser, not a CO2 laser. Before we bought it, we did know some things. We knew it could not cut clear acrylic. We knew that it could not cut translucent acrylic. We did not know that it could not cut blue.
Number 2, I wish we would have known that the settings weren't finished.
One of the first things we did was went out and got a bunch of proof grade materials, brought them home, put them in the laser, and got the error message that the settings were invalid.
That was really scary. We purchased their materials. That would have been nice to know. And when you're making that decision, if they're not ready yet, you might want to wait for that machine or look at other machines. And the point of buying the Glowforge is have it plug and play and it just works.
Is using proof grade materials where the settings are pre-programmed and guaranteed to be successful.
So if you're buying the Glowforge, just know you're going to need to be patient while they finish the settings. And so it's just good to know before you buy.
Eventually, they're going to finish the settings. So if you're thinking about getting a Glowforge Aura, check to see if the materials you want to use have settings in the app. Comment below if you have questions. Check and see if it's in the Glowforge Aura compatible materials list.
Then really keep thinking through it. Some things have slipped in a few times that should not be cut on a diode laser, but they're on the compatible list.
But they have been cleaning it up and it's getting better. It's just not quite there yet.
Yes. Number 3.
Pass through. One of the advantages of having materials pass through is that it can stitch together longer, larger, wider. When using the pass through on longer materials, the stitching feature is not unlocked yet.
The good news is it has a pass through, which is nice because you can save money by buying the larger materials, the 12 by 20. And they didn't make it clear that it had a pass through, so it's so great that it has one. It will be great when they unlock that feature. It is in the programming and it will be unlocked eventually. So that's good news. We just wish we would have known that, because when we first tried to use it, we tried to use the stitch feature, but it didn't exist. Number 4, we wish we would have known how important the personal filter is.
One of our earliest complaints was the terrible smell after cutting acrylic, and the smelling like an ashtray or an old fireplace after cutting wood. Adding the personal filter has been so great.
Especially after we heard about the hack to put the filter in manual mode. That has helped a lot. Now, I must say, this room does smell a little smoky all the time.
After adding the personal filter, it smells a lot better than it did before we added the filter.
And we still believe that if you had a powerful inline fan, that would help as well. Number 5.
We regret not knowing diode lasers should not ever cut MDF or similar materials.
If you do, over time, it will degrade the optics to the point where your machine no longer works. And that was a mistake on the original sell sheet, that it could cut draft board, but it's not an option.
It's great for testing patterns. It's great for creating templates. It's much less expensive than real wood. It's a wonderful material for practice work.
Overall, the Aura is fun, but these are things that are important to know before you purchase. You save up more for a CO2 laser and have more opportunities. So use this however you wish.
Hope this helps you make your decision, and let us know what you've decided to do in the comments below.